Hello everyone, my name is Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about a regression line and its properties. Regression line is straight line which we draw by using a set of data on graph. And this line represents a relationship between dependent and independent variable. We express this line through this equation. Here y is dependent variable, means the things which you are going to predict. For example, you are going to predict your saving will be called dependent variable, and here we have dependent variable. X is independent variable, means things which are cause of change in dependent variable. For example, your income is independent variable because your income can change your saving. So here we have independent variable. A is intercept. A shows value of a dependent variable when independent variable is 0. Here you can see when our income is 0, this OK shows our saving. Maybe you are saving money by taking from your parents, but your income is 0. So OK will called intercept, which shows value of a dependent variable when your independent variable is 0. And B is a slope, which shows how much y change when x increase by 1 unit, and this part shows a slope, means this part shows a B. Now we will see one example. Fixed study hours, which is our independent variable. Individual score which we observe during our study. Those students study 1 hour, they receive 42, 43, 45, 46 or 47 scores. Similar, you can see score for student those study 2 hour, 3 hour or 4 hour. We calculate mean of these data, it will become equal to this. Similar, these will be called mean of these data. So on x-axis we have a independent variable, means a fixed study hours. On y-axis we have a score, and these point shows averages, means this point shows 44.6. Similar, this point shows 54.2, and this point shows 68.4. Similar, this point shows 82.0. When you join all these points, you will receive one line. This line will be called regression line. So here one thing is clear, as study hour is increasing, exam score also increasing. So we can say that there is positive relationship between study hour and exam score. One most important thing, real world is very messy. For example, some students do study 1 hour, they receive 42 marks, some receive 34, 33, even 20, because it depends on their quality of study, their concentration. Means real world is very messy, and a regression line makes sense of all these data. That's why regression line also known as best fit line. Key properties of regression line. It always passes through average points. We have already discussed. A regression line always passes through average point. Next property, minimizing the gap. What do you mean by gap? This is a regression line. This will be called a predicted value. This will be called observed or actual value of a dependent variable. This difference will be called gap, or you can say that this difference will be called error. Error can be positive or negative. For example, our predicted value 5, actual 7. Difference equal to 2. So here you can see our error is positive. Our actual value can also occur below this line. Suppose actual value 3, predicted 5. In this case, our error is -2. So error can positive or negative. Positive and negative error can cancel out. If error are cancelled out, that means there is no error and this line is perfect, but actually this is not true. How we solve this problem? We solve this problem by using OLS method. We do square of this error, we also do square of this error. It will become equal to this, it will also become equal to this. Similar, there are so many errors. We do square of all error. Then we add all this error. It will become equal to this formula. Predicted value, actual value. This difference will be called error. We do square of error. After that, we will add all this value. This will be called our scores. If scores are high, that means regression line is very far away from actual data point. That means our regression line is bad. If these scores are minimum, if these scores are lowest, that means the regression line is close to actual data point. Our regression line is best to fit. Our regression line is actually good. What actually OLS method do? OLS method try to find out a line which have lowest score, so that this line is become closest to actual data point. Or you can say that OLS method calculate best fit regression line by minimizing sum of square differences between predicted value and actual value. In short, with the help of OLS method, we can find a regression line which is closest to actual data point. If our regression line is closest to actual data point, that means we have minimum error, so it will be called our best fit line. Next properties of regression line, we express the regression line through this equation. B0 intercept, which shows value of dependent variable when independent variable is 0. B1 slope, which shows how much dependent variable change for every 1 unit increase in independent variable. 0 average residuals, that means average value of residual is 0. Residuals means error, that means error above the line and error below the line. When you sum both error above the line and below the line, this sum become equal to 0. If sum become equal to 0, that means average value of residual is 0. For example, this error is plus 2 and this error is minus 2. When you do sum of these two error, it will become equal to 0. If the sum is 0, that means average value of errors, or you can say average value of residual is also 0. Next property, residuals or you can say errors are uncorrelated with independent variable. That means there is no relationship between independent variable and errors. By ensuring this property, we can say that independent variable is accurate and clean predictor of our dependent variable. So this is all about today's video. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.